Hello, and welcome to this segment on how to craft a narrative. My name is Jess Silver, and I'll be taking you through some tips on creating an engaging STEM story. I've been communicating science for 15 years, and throughout that time, I have gained some insights I'd love to share with you now. Please see this as a guide to help you create your own unique story. One of the first things you want to think about is how to structure your video. Like any good story, we have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You want to engage your audience right from the start. This is where a hook can be useful. Paint a picture, get them involved. Pose a problem or a reason why they should continue watching. You may want to include graphics or a bold statement to provide context. Check out my video for an example. So from a young age, I've always had an absolute fascination with the world around me. I was that kid that would always be out gathering insects, studying them, playing out in the bush. And I was really interested in how the world worked, the universe around me, just asking countless questions all the time. Now that you have their attention, it's time to tell your story. If you've posed a problem in your hook, this is where you would present solutions or strategies to address the issue. It can be useful to structure this in a Q&A format. Here are some examples of questions you can use. Remember, this is your story, so make it representative of your journey. It's important to make sure that your video ends with a conclusion. You might want to finish up by reflecting on your key message. What are your plans for the future? This is where your main takeaway should be. What ideas or advice or thoughts do you want your audience to leave with? Remember, a good structure can take your audience on a journey. There are a lot of handy tools around that can help you build the structure, such as a storyboard. Now, we'll move on to a few key considerations. While you are crafting your narrative, there are a few key considerations to keep in mind, such as your key message, the audience you're delivering to, the tone of your video, and any additional content. Now we're going to look at some ways you can engage your audience. Before you start, what is your key message? What do you want your audience to walk away with? Think back on your career. What has driven you? An effective key message is short, memorable, relevant, and above all, positive. Remember, for this video, you are showcasing your career journey. Something you can try is bouncing your ideas off a friend. Have them watch your video. Can they pick up your key message? And remember throughout your video to keep coming back to that key message. What is the common thread? Another key consideration is knowing your audience. Who are they? What drives them, interests them? In this case, we are looking to inspire the next generation and showcase potential careers in STEM. So keep this in mind. I'm sure you have a lot to tell in your story, but it's okay not to share it all. Keep it simple and streamlined, and your audience will stay engaged. Make it relevant to your audience. Put yourself in their shoes. What would they have found of interest or value when you were their age? Keep them connected to your story. Now that you know your audience, decide on the tone of your video. This should reflect you. Is it going to be playful, funny, professional? Remember to just be sincere and genuine. This will come across in your video. You don't need to be anyone else but yourself. Now that you have your video, you might want to consider jazzing it up a little bit. Include some pictures, some diagrams, and in my case, my journey went from marine science through to teaching in a classroom. So I might include some pictures that highlight my career. You can watch my STEM story to see how I've included some of these examples. I got to actually do my scuba diving license, my ticket as part of my degree. What degree can say that? I also made some lifelong friends, those who shared similar passions with me, who had a real interest in helping to make a more sustainable future for our children. So towards the end of my degree, I was given this awesome opportunity to go up to Exmouth and study the turtles on Ningaloo Reef. It was an opportunity afforded to me through the university with some government agencies and a local sustainability group up in Exmouth. The role entailed going out onto the beaches and looking for nesting turtles. So it was in this role that I developed a love for communicating science. I hope this has given you a few ideas on what you can do to help craft your own STEM story. Remember, this is a guide, so have fun with it. Give it a go. Your story is so worth telling. Thank you for watching, and good luck.